Hello, my name is Deanne Harmon. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you taking a few minutes just to join me and invest in yourself because you deserve it and we need each other. I'm going to share with you something that I did that I'm not very proud of and then how I handled it. But first, I want to ask you a question. What if the reason you feel frustrated with your healing is because you expected yourself to recover faster from the abuse or from the trauma? And the abusive narcissistic relationships, we know that they just slowly weared us down. Our confidence is gone a lot of times. Identity, not knowing who we are, we're identified in our situation. And then peace and trust and all kinds of things. Well, I want to encourage you that healing is not weakness, it's recovery, and it takes time. The trauma, it changed us. It changed how we thought about ourselves, our thinking, how we would feel and respond to things. And many women, you may be blaming yourself for not being over it yet. Well, the emotional abuse is the worst, and it often happens over months and years, so we need to be patient with ourselves. Are you feeling yourself like you're a little frustrated? Well, some days you're going to feel that way. Some days you're going to feel strong and emotional, and all three are normal. So you're normal. So in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, "To everything there is a season, and God works with us in seasons." And that season, your healing season, that deserves patience too. And try to stop comparing your healing to someone else's, because your healing's not going to look the same as mine. We're all on a little bit of a different journey, but we all have the same ultimate goal of being made whole and healed. And God made you unique. He made me unique. And social media sure doesn't help sometimes. People they're just not real. They're acting like everything's fine, that their healing, looks instant when it's not, because they're hiding their pain. They're not being open and honest with themselves. And comparison, that can create shame. And so, your process is personal. So in Galatians 5:26, it says, "Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, envying one another." And we should focus on the progress, not on the perfection, because you are not perfect. I'm not perfect. So we can choose to be gentle with ourselves. In Psalm 46:10, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." This is what I have on my refrigerator. I keep it there as a reminder to be still and trust Him. And healing requires rest. So what if that rest, it might not be in the form of a nap, although I love 15-minute power naps. But it may just be a long walk where you can just sort of clear your mind, and maybe it's locking yourself in the bathroom if you have small children at home, just to get away and have a few minutes to yourself. So coming out of an abusive relationship, we need to be able to learn how to speak to ourselves the way we deserve. So self-talk. We need to talk to ourselves with kindness and replace that self-criticism with kindness and grace and Learning how to celebrate the small victories. I'm sleeping better. Oh, maybe that's not even so small. For me, it's a big one. And then still learning how to set boundaries. But feeling peace again. It's awesome. And learning how to smile again. That can be a big victory when, there wasn't a whole lot to smile about before, and it was hard to smile in that pain and all that. So everyone knows the love chapter, 1 Corinthians 13, talks about love being patient and love is kind. And because love is patient and kind, we should learn to treat ourselves that way too. No one is going to treat you any better than you treat yourself. So learn to love yourself. You're lovable. You can say these declarations over yourself. This is what I say a lot. I am love. I am filled with hope. I am holy. I am healed. I am decisive. Whether I feel it or not, I am decisive. I'm the best receiver of God's love I've ever met. You say these things and more over and over and over again until they're ingrained, until you believe them, till you get them down in your heart and truly believe that's who you are. You're not what your trauma says that what happened to you does not define you. So learning to love yourself, being patient and kind is huge. And we need to learn to treat ourselves. Please learn to treat yourself that way. I'm so glad that God is patient with us. And here's the story I was talking about earlier. It's, Anyway, I was in a parking lot waiting for the nursing home to drop my husband off for a doctor's appointment, and I found the perfect spot. Some people call it princess parking, right there by the office. And I see the car pulling out, and I'm back a little bit, being patient and waiting. And then he pulls out, and I pull up. Well, there's also another car that was waiting on the other side, and neither one of us saw the other person. So I was just impatient, and he backed out, and I just pulled right in. And I got to thinking, you know what, I just could have shown them kindness and let them have that parking spot. And I just felt a little bit like, I wish I would have done that, but that's okay. I didn't condemn myself. But the gentleman that I didn't let have that parking spot, he was not so happy. But I felt like I heard the Lord say, just tell him that you were wrong. Even though I may not have been wrong, that's okay. That wasn't the point. The point was that I could have just shown him favor and let him have that spot. Just go up to him, because he was waiting there to talk to me. He was going to talk to me. So when I got out of my car and went over and talked with him, he said a few words, and then I just said, I was wrong. Would you please forgive me? And that definitely took him back. He was, noticeably like, wow, I can't believe you just said that. And I'm so thankful that he said yes. He said yes, but then he was still upset with me. But I'm sure he got over it. But the biggest lesson for me is that I did not condemn myself. And I just didn't, no negative self-talk. I was just like, okay. It's okay. That's the worst thing that happens today. You'll be having a good day. So God's not disappointed in our progress and he's not, we're in a process of healing. We're going to have good and bad days. We're going to be patient and impatient. But we're going to love ourselves through that and just continue to grow day by day by day and not be too hard on ourselves. Because He gets us. He understands us. He understands the grief and the trauma and that we're trying to restore. And He is part of that restoration process. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it if it weren't for Him. I can't do it in my own strength. You can't do it in your own strength. And healing is not about becoming perfect overnight. And the Lord is sure compassionate. He is gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. He is love. So Psalm 37:7 says, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him." We are a work in progress. You are a work in progress. But thank God, you don't have to rush it. You don't have to rush the healing. But you can do some things that that'll help you through the process. So journal your emotions. Write them down. It's made a huge impact on my life. And be honest with yourself, and especially with God. He knows you better than you know yourself. So you can pray honestly. And then, seek supportive community. Go out there and find someone that, a group of ladies that are going to be there for you. And continue to set those healthy boundaries. You can do it. And then rest without having guilt. It's okay for you to learn to live it without the guilt and rest it through this process. And then celebrate yourself. Celebrate the small emotional wins and give yourself, you deserve to give yourself permission to heal whatever that process looks like. Because what you survived, it didn't break you. It's just making you stronger. Healing, it's just not a race. So give yourself the same patience you would give someone else that you deeply love. So, let me know, what part of healing has been the hardest for you. Comment so that we can encourage each other. We need each other. You weren't meant to do this alone. I just want to let you know that you are strong. You are courageous. You are bold. And you are a warrior woman of God. And Jesus loves you. Have a great and blessed day. Thanks.